Hello ladies and gentlemen, Captain Check here, and welcome to another episode of Mod and Indie News, your weekly resource for what's been going on in the mod and indie communities this week. This episode we take a look at Sirius getting multiplayer, a graphical mod for Watch Dogs, Blockstorm has a new version ready for download, the Internum gets an E4X update, RoonSehv gets a demo, and Stargate Event Horizon gets released. Sirius is an indie game similar to Freelancer. You can scan for asteroid belts, explore deep space, and more. The game was recently featured at Indie 3 and has received a lot of love from the community. The latest update to the game introduces a LAN multiplayer, a scanner used to discover content from belts, and some minor performance fixes. If you want to get into some fast-paced space flight, head on over to IndieDB and download the current version of the game. Watch Dogs was probably one of the most highly anticipated video games of this year. It also had a lot of delays, and a lot of people felt like the gorgeous graphics they were shown at E3 didn't get delivered on. If you're one of those people, never fear. There's a mod for that. It's a tiny little mod, and once installed, you'll be getting graphics that look like the once promised at E3. If you want to get the most out of your Watch Dogs games and graphics, head on over to the ModDB page for a download. Blockstorm is an FPS game set in a world made of destructive blocks. All maps and characters included in the game are made with the same tools that are available to the public. You can build everything in Blockstorm, and you can destroy it. The game has recently been given version 0.95 release, and with it comes a few changes that came from the community's suggestions. Kill assists now have a proper score. Death by falling over is no longer considered suicide if there's a cause, such as an explosion or a falling structure. New maps, GUI changes, weapon additions, and the usual tweaks and bug fixes. You can head on over to IndieDB for more information and get the game on early access over at Steam. Star Wars Interregnum is an upcoming mod for Sins of Solar Empire Rebellion that builds off the highly successful Enhanced 4X mod. Fleeing the unknown terror that is chasing the Visari, the factions of Sins of the Solar Empire stumble onto a temporary wormhole that takes them to a galaxy far, far away. The sudden arrival of armadas with trillions of refugees and thousands of warships between the events of Episode 5 and 6 forever alters the Star Wars universe and plunges the galaxy into an unprecedented period of chaos and violence. Recently, it's been announced this mod has entered the alpha stage of development, and it's been released for people to play around with. This release allows players to take command of the Galactic Empire as it begins to battle the first waves of outside invaders from Sins of the Solar Empire. The first stages of the mod are hopefully a teaser of great things to come. The mod author hopes to introduce more factions to the game that each have unique playstyles, but remain balanced to the vanilla game factions as well. If you want to get your hands on an early stage of this mod, head on over to ModDB for a download and the complete instructions on how to install. RoonSehv is a Myst-like fan game based on the story of Myst. The game takes place in the world of Myst in a parallel story of Atris and his family. The game uses the Unreal Engine 3, and it'll be a single-player game faithful to the Myst series games. The team has recently released a demo of their fantasy game that contains 2 puzzles to solve and allows you to visit some of the early locations of the world. Be sure to head on over to IndieDB for a download link. Stargate Event Horizon is a total conversion mod for Star Wars Jedi Academy. The mod contains 6 maps: Hatak Ship, the SGC Atlantis P4M 1249, P3X 1259, Battle Over Antarctica, the Deadless X304. This mod also includes new menus, new skins, total Stargate customization, Gould customization, and more. Recently, this mod has received its 1.0 release and has been in development for a long time. The author has been working on trying to fix the corrupt files and major bugs it's been having. There are some bugs and some missing textures, but the mod author has not quit working on this mod, and you can expect more updates later on. If you need a Stargate fix, head on over to ModDB for a download. And that's it for Mod and Indie News. On a final note, the Steam summer sales are in full swing, and now's the time to get your hands on all those top-notch indie titles and classic games that have tons of mods for them. I highly recommend the Fallout series, the Skyrim series if you're looking for a ton of mods. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel for more mod and indie goodness. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.